Hello, I'm Steve. Welcome to the Patio Heat channel, where we create visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for outdoor comfort. Our one-on-one customer support helps you make the best decisions for your applications. We strive to earn your business. Visit our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Now let's get heating. All right, so here we have this residential covered patio area. You can see this open beam ceiling here. And let's just go right into the overall dimensions. We have a total of 18'6" from the outside edge to the wall, and then we have a total distance of 14'8" from this edge of the beam to the outer edge of this beam, and then we have an overall height here of 8'6" to the bottom edge of the beams going across here. And you can see we have a bar stool seating height here, and then just a simple reclining seating area over here. There's a TV set. I'm not quite sure if they wanted to have a fan. I think he mentioned a fan being in the center here somewhere. And also, one thing we're going to talk about is this fireplace structure here with the TV set here in just a minute. All right, what are the options that I can come up with? So options I can come up with would be to place a couple of the CDs 6024s. So these are 6,000 watt 240 volt 25 amps. And I don't have an attachment point exactly based on the distances away from these beams that are exposed here. So you might have to put a block over here or a block on the right side, depending upon what where this actually matches up with. So there is dimensions as far as the placement of these supports that go on the back of the unit. And you'd want to take a look at that as well before you make that final decision. So first thing I want to mention is the clearances, and this is where we're going to start talking about this fireplace here. So this fireplace comes out a little bit here from the edge of this beam. Now if you made this out of like a non-combustible, so there would not be wood inside here, it would be steel construction, then the unit would not be considered combustible. But if it's stucco with a wood framing inside, then that would still be considered combustible, and then this would have to be moved up probably about, I don't know, 4 inches, 5 inches further up this slope here. So just bear that in mind. Now on this particular side here, we have the clearances 18 inches from this edge tier to the side beam over here, and I have this heater at the same slope as the ceiling, so I think that would work out just fine as far as that's concerned. Now this here, because of the construction over here, I have this an additional 10 degrees to the right, and you can see with that you may have to drop this, but I do have this. This is the top clearances, which are 6 inches from this all the way up, and you can see here that we are just barely making that with regards to these beams up here. So when you change the angle slightly or changing the amount of clearances up here, so you want to check, because this is sloped, it might be just fine. So just bear that in mind, and let's go ahead and also I want to just mention that basically I have this at we want to make sure we're 18 inches off this edge here, and also considering the beam over here, I moved it into the center of the beam, and that's why I have that position, but it could be pushed to the left or right slightly based on where those beams truly are. And again, we're focusing on the seating area over here, not so much in the center of the structure or even centered in the fireplace area. All right, let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So the footprint of heat, I'm going to turn off these clearances. Whoops. And you can see the footprint of heat is covering this space really good. That 8'6" bottom edge of the beam here, I think that we have this at about 12 inch or a 10 inch high beam. So we're almost another 9 foot off the ground on the mounting. So you can see with two 6,000 watt units, I think that would be just fine for this location. The chairs over here are just barely getting hit on the full seating position of the chair. You can see I have that right at the beam here practically. And so just bear that in mind. If you push this chair out to the right side over here, then the coverage is going to start becoming less than what you are hoping for. So just talking about the bar stool seating height, there was a brief mention of possibly placing a unit over here. So I just wanted to show you what that might look like, and that would look like something like a slimline unit. This is a 3,000 watt unit. Now they do make a C series model out of a 3,000 watt unit in a C series model, but I just like the lower profile here. The C series has the ability to have two elements, where the slimline is only available with one element, so that's why I'm choosing that. But you could definitely change that. Now, how to connect this, I just have it centered off the bottom edge of these beams. Now, and again, we want to make sure that we have those clearances. So with this drop here, we're meeting the clearances here, and I do have this pushed over so that we are meeting the clearances on the left hand side here as well. So this is 18 inches from this edge to this point, and of course 18 on this side and all four sides there, 36 inches down, and so we're not penetrating this support beam as well. Looking at the top clearance, no problem with that, 6 inches with the OEM bracket. Now what you may want to do is take these OEM brackets and maybe delete them and utilize just a chain to hold these in place. So there's a different way of making that connection a little bit easier, better for this particular application here. And then looking at the footprint of heat, you can see that we are covering, with a 3,000 watt unit, we're covering this bar stool seating height area very well. And I don't think you'd want to go with anything hotter than a 3,000 watt unit at this height for seating on a bar stool seating height. You can see also that we're covering this space here well, so that when you pull these chairs out, your body's going to be up here, your head and torso is going to be here, so you're going to be well in that ray of heat. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful. We don't advertise. We're not monetized. YouTube does not support us in any way unless we receive thumbs up from our viewers, and we truly appreciate that. Have an excellent day.